Who's ready for some enchantment synergies but not playing green-white? This is my weird science deck. If you know anything about the history of Magic, ZUR the Enchanter had a card called ZUR's Weirding, so that's why I came up with the name for the deck. But this is the new version of ZUR, the Eternal Schemer. For a white, a blue, and a black, this is what we get. You get a human wizard 1/4 with flying that says enchantment creatures you control have death touch, lifelink, and hexproof, and you can pay 1 and a white. Target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition to its other types and has base power and toughness equal to the mana value. So what this does for us is it turns all the enchantments into the deck into potential threats to kill our opponents with. And there are approximately 30 enchantments in here that you can actually animate with ZUR's ability. So what do we have in here? Well, let's start with the first column, which I always do, protection stuff. The deck centers around ZUR being able to animate things and kill your opponent with the enchantments. So let's keep him alive, shall we? Let's start with one of my favorite little combos here. Nobody counters this. Nobody tries to stop it from resolving because they don't know what it does. One with stars for 3 and blue. It's an aura that you enchant a creature or an enchantment, and the enchanted permanent is an enchantment and loses all other card types. So it automatically turns ZUR into an enchantment. He is no longer a creature. Creature removal will not kill him anymore. Pretty straightforward. But the freaking hilarious thing then is if you use his ability targeting himself with this turned on him, he becomes an enchantment creature and gains the death touch, the hexproof, and the lifelink on his own. So then he is completely untargetable by even enchantment removal at that point, and they have to mass board wipe to get rid of him. Another similar vein, but not as good, Curator's Ward, 2 and a blue, gives hexproof, and if it's a historic spell that was enchanted when it goes to the graveyard, you get to draw 2 cards. Well, he's historic because he's legendary, so it's just a good way to give hexproof and protect him from things. And then everything else is kind of like my general protection suite for blue and white. We got, Spectral Adversary. We have Slip Out the Back, both phasing spells. I have Witness Protection, which is actually a removal spell. That actually needs to go over here. We have Wash Away, which counters their commanders for a blue or exiled spells in general, and then you can just counter anything that's coming at your commander at any time. So it's just kind of a little bit of a modal counter. And then we have God's Willing and All Seed of Life's Bounty, just color protection, just to keep colored and targeted removal from killing him outright until we get something else going for him. And then speaking of the removal column, since I goofed that one up, we have Witness Protection. You put this on their commander, it becomes a 1/1 and does nothing else unless they put tokens counters on it. We have Bone Shards, removes planeswalkers or creatures. Feed the Swarm, removes enchantments or creatures. Vanishing Light and Borrow Time, exile stuff. Touch the Spirit Realm, same thing. Mortify, destroy target creature enchantment. And then we have Day of Judgment, Settle the Wreckage, Supreme Verdict, and Time Wipe for just mass removal. Get the heck out of here. Same thing with Farewell, same concept. Exile everything and get it out of here. And then we also have the Meathook Massacre, same drill. And then we also have Leyline Binding, which is one of the new domain versions of Banishing Light and Borrowed Time. Once you hit all 3, it is basically a instant speed version of those 2 spells that can hit any permanent type. But the fun part here is if ZUR animates it, it's a 6/6 with lifelink, death touch, all that good stuff. Really good thing to exile their best threat and then turn into one of your best threats. And then this is just kind of my mana acceleration type column, Solemn Simulacrum, Mind Stone, Cold Steel Heart, Arcane Signet. This is the generic stuff that goes in almost every kind of commander type deck. And then this is what I call the enchantment column. These are mostly just the enchantments that help us push stuff across and do fun stuff. Paladin class keeps them from countering your stuff, pumps your creatures, and then you can give a creature double strike with its 3rd ability if you get to the level up. Draws us cards, scries if you can sack it later, or just turns into a 2/2 with ZUR. Waste Not. People are cycling cards, that's considered discard. They're channeling the Kamigawa lands, those are considered discards. They are, they're doing all kinds of weird discard stuff. Plus, I have a few discard items in here, so this gets a little bit of play in the deck. Duelist Heritage, you can give something double strike. So if you animate your Leyline Binding and you have Duelist Heritage out, well, now it's a 6/6 double striker with lifelink, death touch, and hexproof. So kind of funny. Omen of the Sun, get some creatures. It becomes a 3/3 if it's animated. Wedding Announcement. Now, these are the fun things to animate. You start pumping out spells, you animate this, and it also gives itself +1/+1. So in actuality, it's a 4/4 on its own because it gets 3 base power, and then it gives itself +1/+1. So that's kind of neat. Same thing with Glorious Anthem. It'll do the same thing. Mirror Maid can copy any of our enchantments on the board. I don't care about the artifact part in this deck. So, if you need to copy a Borrowed Time or a Leyline Binding, go to town. Black Market Connections draws us cards, fixes our colors sometimes. Treacherous Blessing. This is funny. Okay, you draw 3, you play spells, and you lose life with it. But with you animating it, it turns into a positive because you're just going to gain the life back anyways. And if it dies, who cares? Haunted of Cleansing Fire. It gives you life every upkeep, and it turns into a 4/4 with ZUR's ability. Same with Smothering Tide. It's a 4/4 if you turn it on, and it just taxes your opponents if they don't want to do anything about it. Hallowed Haunting. This thing is primo. We have so many enchantments in this deck that you're going to sometimes just overrun your opponent. There is a game in the gameplay footage where I just overrun an opponent with Hallowed Haunting. It's just so good. Sanctum of Calm Waters. I have the other Hondens in here and the Shrines, so it just made sense to put this in here for card draw, and it's a good size threat when you animate it. Reconnaissance Mission, and whenever a creature you have deals damage, you draw a card. Same concept, good thing, and you can cycle it if it's just useless. Haunted of Night's Reach makes them discard. It's a 4/4 if you animate it. Raider's Wake causes them to discard, and whenever they discard anything on their own, they lose 2 life. It's a 4/4. Rabble Rousing, this is great too. 4 and a white, you hide away 5, so you go look at 5 cards, put 1 underneath of it, and if you have 10 or more creatures on the board, you get to flip it over and get the free spell, and whenever you attack, you get a creature for each attacking creature. This is just great. It's a good target for Mirror Maid, that's for sure, because then you just start doubling up on everything, and it's a 5/5 if you animate it. We also have Haunted of Seeing Winds, draw a card for the Shrines, it's a 5/5. Shark Typhoon. Every time you cast an enchantment, you're getting a shark token on top of it being a 6/6 on its own if you animate it. And then Ethereal Absolution, same thing. It's a 6/6, but it actually gives itself +1/+1, so it's actually going to be a 7/7 when you animate it. And it shrinks your opponent's creatures, and it gives you graveyard control at the same time. And it creates spirits, which actually also synergize a little bit with the stuff that's going on with the, what the heck is it? Brain fart right now. Sorry. Hallowed Haunting. Because it gives you a spirit, which also increases the power and toughness of the spirits that are being created with it. So that's kind of fun. And then we have what I call the synergy column here. We have Brilliant Restoration. So if your stuff just gets wiped out by something, you can bring it all back with this and put it back on the board. And then we have Cavalier of Dawn. It has Vigilance, and when it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target permanent, and it gives them a 3/3. But the good part is when it dies, you get an enchantment back out of your graveyard and put it back into your hand. So if something really good died and you want it back, you can use this to get it back. Nightmare Shepherd, same thing. The animated enchantments will be able to be reanimated with the Nightmare Shepherd because it sees them as a creature on the exile, and you can bring it back. Nettlecyst looks at all your enchantments and your artifacts and gives +1/+1 to the equipped creature. So you got all these enchantments floating around. It's just going to get bigger and bigger. Hannah, you can bring back stuff that's gone to the graveyard and just keep recycling them. Idyllic Tutor, you can go search for an enchantment and put it in your hand and use it later. Starfield Mystic discounts our enchantments, and if an enchantment dies, it gets a counter. Spirited Companion, it's just an enchantment creature, so it gains ZUR's little abilities, but it also gives you a card draw, so that's why it's here. Restoration Specialist, for a white, you can sack it and go get an enchantment and an artifact out of your graveyard. So say like Solemn Simulacrum dies in combat and then one of your other enchantments died, you can just sack this and get both of them back at the same time. And then Eidolon of Destruction, it's just a good enchantment creature for ZUR's abilities, because if you give it Death Touch, the first strike's going to kill anything it runs into. And then if it has the bonus of, messing with planeswalkers, so. And then this is kind of like the fun synergy point. I have Sinister Reflection. It's an alchemy card that conjures a duplicate of up to 2 target non-token creatures you control. So you animate your enchantment, and then you can actually conjure copies of those enchantments into your hand to get multiple copies of them rolling, which sometimes can be really powerful. Quasi-duplicate in the same vein. It's why it's in here, and I actually want to add more clones to the deck. I've played through this, and cloning the enchantments that you animate is super powerful. Like, I really want to add at least 2 or 3 more clones to this deck to really make a good push of that ability. So what you do is you just animate whatever you got that's really powerful, quasi-duplicate it, and you get 2 shots at it. So let's say you have Ethereal Absolution, and you animate it, and then you can quasi-duplicate it, so everything gets +2/+2, and you -2/-2. So basically, it's a build your own Elish Norn, or Leyline Binding. Copy it. You can animate it again after you've copied it. You get to take out another one of their threats, and you get an additional 6/6. What's not to like there? And then Memory Deluge is just a good way to just dig through your deck and find stuff. This can be just about any other card draw spell. If you don't like Deluge, it's just here for the heck of it. And I didn't actually get to play it in the gameplay footage. It never came in. So, and then the last column is just the land base. It's your common Esper base. Plains, Island, Swamps. I got 1 Aganjo, 1 Otawara, and 1 Takenuma. Just the channel lands to do various things. I got some of the Shock, Pain, and Modal lands in here for all 3 colors. And then you got, Rafine's Tower, because it's the 3-color land of this color type. Command Tower, Fabled Passage to go get stuff. Fabled Crossroads for 5-color. Plaza of Heroes, same thing, plus protection. And being that this is also in the color scheme, Obscura Storefront to go get any of the 3 colors and gain you life. So, this is just a really fun deck. I had a lot of fun beating people up with enchantments and just running them over. And again, it wins on several vectors. You don't even have to actually use ZUR to win, because you have things like the Shark Typhoon and the Hallowed Haunting and stuff like that. Those things can win on their own without ever getting ZUR into the animation thing. So with that said, I'm not going to do an outro here. But I hope you enjoyed the deck. I had tons of fun, and let's get to the gameplay. Ooh, we get Ivy. All right. I'll keep it because it has the time wipe in it and an exile spell. So, but the colors are really crap. There she is. Oh, hey, that one actually makes things a little bit better. Let's make this black. Let's go ahead and get Wedding Announcement ticking. Until I know for sure what they're playing on Ivy. Now, if they play a Curator's Word, that makes my life a little harder. I'm going to have to time wipe the board eventually. But if they don't, I can just exile her with Touch Spirit Realm. That's a thing. Might need a time wipe regardless, but I'd rather catch a bunch of their crap in the crossfire. Let's do... You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do this and take out the Gnarlback. Because it's, it's scarier than a Llanowar Elf being strapped up with something. Plus, in an ideal world, I could use this to copy it and get rid of something else this turn. My ideal world's not coming true. Okay, so time wipe it is. And that's fine. We'll swing with both of these, draw a card, and then wipe the board. So I might actually bounce the Wedding Announcement just to get it going again. So let's go ahead and swing with both of these. No. It's a creature. It's not even... I'm dumb. I thought it was permanent, not just a creature. That doesn't matter anyways. I'm just going to time wipe. Does he have a counter? Okay, no. It's fine. Just a bunch of little crap to strap up. Alright. Let's go ahead and do Starfield Mystic. And what do we do here? I think ZUR and strap a Curator's Ward on him, I think is the smart play. That way he can't use a fight spell or a bounce spell on him. I actually have the Brilliant Restoration. That's too funny. Okay. So let's go ahead and Mirror Maid the Wedding Festivity. And we'll drop the Mind Stone. And I'll actually use ZUR's ability and I'll animate this one. It'll get +2/+2 and turn it into 5/5, which is freaking hilarious. That was the reason why I copied the Wedding Festivity though, so it got the additional +1/+1. Otherwise, he could have gang blocked it and killed it. Okay. Now, he still could do that kind of stuff. We'll see. I think he's swinging, though. I think he wants the cards. Just fine. It is what it is. Let's see. Probably gonna pop the Mind Stone. Get a card out of it. And dig a little deeper into the deck. I need some other enchantments. Alright, he's Parcel Beasting, which is fine. At this juncture, it really doesn't bother me too much. Though, at this point, I might actually Brilliant Restoration just to get that one enchantment out of my graveyard. Oh, wait, okay, so we have Quasi-Duplicate. So, this gets interesting. So, let's go ahead and animate the other Wedding Festivity. And we'll go ahead and Quasi-Duplicate this one. I mean, that's fine. You can Quasi-Duplicate her. I don't care. Go ahead and animate that one. Because I can. And let's see, two, and yeah, he can't kill any of the stuff that's here, so that's swinging anyways. That's a lot of damage coming through if he takes it. That's, what, 11, 15? And I'm gaining 6. Okay. Well, now he can block and kill some stuff. Alright. I'm okay with this. This is Ivy, right? Yeah, I think that one's Ivy. Because that's the merfolk that can't be blocked. And that's fine. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna cast the Brilliant Restoration to get the Touch the Spirit Realm back next turn to exile one of his blockers. The other option is just to go ahead and pitch something into the quasi-duplicate and get another Wedding Festivities. Or I could play that and just level it up. He's got lifelink on that one. Let's do... Because if I do that, he can block the 6/6 and he'd take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Because this will take all but one of my mana. Then that would work. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Because these three are going to gain me life back. I'm not afraid of those two crackbacking me. I mean, this is just freaking hilarious. Whoever heard of having 3 wedding festivities in a singleton format? It's hilarious. Alright, so he's gonna draw a card. That's fine. 2 cards, technically. But he is still in the danger zone, because if he does not have a way to get rid of, well, ZUR in general, because all I gotta do is animate the Touch the Spirit Realm, and then quasi-duplicate it to get rid of one of his blockers, and he's dead. And whatever blocker he puts the Shadow Spear on is what I'm gonna exile. Okay. Maybe not. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 damage on the board. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, I don't even have to do the animation thing. I can just do this. Let's do this. It's 3 to level this. Let's go ahead and level this. And just Leyline Binding to the 8/9. If you don't have a counter, you're screwed. So. And those all have hexproof. At most, you can remove the hexproof unless you have something to counter this. GG's, maybe? Yeah, no. That's silly. But I love it. Nicol, Bolas the Ravager. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Absolutely jack squat right now. This is not a keep. This is better. I'll keep it. I'm not 100% certain on that. I'll play this and just scry. I don't need to untap. We'll set it for blue because I just drew the white I needed. Scry one. Not enough white to use it right now. Yeah, there we go. There's another white source. Good. Trying to think of what I'm gonna see out of this deck. Probably some discard spells, but I'm not sure. That could be just a straight up dragon build. Let's see here. What do I want to put out there? Probably just do an idyllic tutor at this point. And let's go get... Let's go get Wedding Announcement. It's innocuous enough that they're not likely to keep a counter up for it, whereas if I would have went for something more powerful, they would have. Let's see. Let's discard the swamp. Probably could have discarded the island, but whatever. We'll do this, and I'm going to go ahead and actually do Hallowed Haunting while he has counter mana down. I mean, he could have had a Spell Pierce in hand, but that isn't as likely. It's not a greatly played counterspell in this format. Seven to do this, right? So he can do that next turn. He can hit me and then transform. So I should probably kill that stupid thing. Let's do this, see if he's got a counter. There's the counter. And that's okay, I have the bone shards. We will sack a creature. We'll go ahead and just sacrifice the creature that was created. There's no need to throw anything out of my hand right now. Okay. Well, that's two counters out of his hand. I'll pitch Raider's Wake. It's fine. Let's see if he's got any more counters. Let's throw out this. Sure, grid. Okay. Now I have the mana to do ZUR Curator's Ward. I almost think I should dump my hand, though. Because he's going to start making me discard stuff. I really don't want him putting a curator's ward on one of his stuff. I think I just need to dunk it. Because quite frankly, Turgid scares the crap out of me if anybody's playing a discard strat. Okay, Glorious Anthem. Let's go ahead and do a treasure and a card. And that will do all. Alright, let's do... I think we just start dumping stuff on the board. He ain't gonna have a choice. He's gotta start blocking now. There's probably some kind of board sweep in my future, but we'll see what happens. I have no cards, so whatever. Draw a card. Play that. This creates spirits, right? And this is enchantments, right? 7 or more enchantments. Don't have enough to give him flying. So, whatever. Let's go ahead and attack. I mean, he's probably dead, but we'll see. Okay. And sometimes you don't even need to cast the commander. Chatterfang, oh boy. I might be getting a taste of my own medicine here from all the times I've kicked people's butt with that one. I actually like this hand. Yeah, I'll keep it. It has promise. Decline, we don't need to take the damage. No need to do it when you don't have to. Let's go island, and we'll pass the turn. I'll just flash in the Omen of the Sea later. Alright, there's Chatterfang. Flash this in. Damn, I kind of actually like them both. I guess we'll just keep them both on top. I like both cards. Let's do... What do I do here? I guess go ahead and do the Starfield Mystic. Because the idea then is I could, if I play a land next turn, I could theoretically do Mermaid and Duelist Revenge. Or Revenge, Heritage. What am I talking about? Oh, there's a swamp. The other option I could do is quasi-duplicate him. I actually kind of like that idea. And then do Fabled Passage, go get a white mana. And then cast Duelist Heritage for 1. No, whatever. I'll give him double strike. I mean, hey, why not? Because unless they're sacrificing both Chatterfang and the Squirrel, he can't kill it outright. Okay. Typhoon could be pretty good if I can actually get it out and marinate it. Oh, that's a decline. I forgot that attack targets their stuff too. No blocks. Let's go with the swamp. Let's do Shark Typhoon, right? Yeah. Noping on those attacks. So now he's got to either figure out how to kill me before the Shark Typhoon starts building up. Or start wrecking my board. One of the two. That downside is those squirrels can get really crazy really quick. And I freaking know it from experience. Decline, I'm not blocking because I may need to use something big coming off the top. Didn't get it. Alright. That's fine. We will... No. Or do I... I'm trying to think, or if I just wait and do Shark Typhoon with ZUR, but I have no protection for ZUR, so that's a bad idea. Yes, let's... I'm gonna do white. I need the white mana for animating. Scry, because I don't need view. I need something better. Next. No. This is going to get ugly really quick. What I need is a board wipe. I need a reset. Or at least a Ethereal Absolution would actually do really good here too. Because then I can just destroy every squirrel and pest.
I call and Decoria answers.
Resolve everything. Yeesh. I was like, you want to do that? Because I will gladly stick that in there. I guess we'll target a pest. That's whatever. Pest to blockers. The 3/3 will trade with this. If I don't draw, I don't think it matters at this point. If I don't draw, a board wipe or something. I'm just screwed anyways. Because as it sits, I'm probably going to have to do ZUR and animate both Shark Typhoons and swing. And even then, that's probably not enough to live. Sad as that is. Actually, I'm not going to swing because he can gang block and kill one of them. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sit here. I mean, if he kills ZUR, I'm screwed. But I don't know if he sees that line or not. Let's see what he's got. So many tokens, so much money. Why didn't you play that first? Before you started doing all this other crap. Ridiculous. Yeah. Target a 1/1. Decline. One of the 6/6s will eat a 4/2. The other 6/6 is gonna eat a 5/5. ZUR's gonna block a 3/3. I think I need to eat or put this in front of Chatterfang and a Squirrel, and I guess we see what happens with the life gain. Okay, I survive.
I love making you.
Come on. Come on, deck. Not what I need right now. So yeah, I guess I'm quasi-duplicating a Shark Typhoon to stay alive. And then I'm animating it. And what? Passing the turn. I mean, again, I don't know if he sees the line. All he's got to do is kill ZUR. He's got so many 1/1s. I don't think I can survive this. Oh yeah, I'm probably uber screwed now. All he's got to do is start sacking squirrels. Activate Chatterfang targeting one of my things. GG. I cannot board wipe now unless it's an exile effect. I mean, you had good game before ever playing any of that stuff, dude. I mean, you've had good game for a while now. Sacrifice your squirrels, kill ZUR. Come on, I know you can do it. I'm gonna go ahead and let this do its thing. reason I'm gonna sit through this is because I actually enjoy the Chatterfang deck, you know, and this is just desserts for me. I've done this kind of crap to people before. I just wish the interface was a little bit quicker about it. And resolve them. deserve that. Katilda. Alright, so we got a humans deck, I think. It could be some weird build. You never know. And I like this hand. I have ways of keeping early stuff under control and getting a few threats out there, so let's give it a whirl. We'll go turn one obscure storefront. We'll go get the one of the islands. Since I already have a swamp and a white source in my hand to start this party off. Alright, there's Katilda. That actually changes my play. I was going to play Eidolon, but we'll go ahead and play him. Who is hexproof abilities. Alright, we're going to go ahead and drop that. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I think I just want to sit. Because either I can kill something or flash this in and get some stuff out of it. So... we're going to go ahead and mortify on Shauna. Let's play the Rafine's Tower. And let's go ahead and... we'll go ahead and Eidolon, because he might have a Planeswalker or something ready to go on. I'd like to mess with it. Torrens. Let's do... I think I'm going to Banishing Light Torrens. I'm not so worried about Katilda. Have Omen of the Sea ready to flash out. The Henge. Well, I have a Leyline Binding with that thing's name written all over it. Do I keep these? I'm gonna keep one of them. If only two. You know what? I'm gonna play this right now. Because when I play the Leyline Binding, I get a 6/6 out of it. Plus, I'm kind of hoping that he actually, like, taps a bunch of mana, puts something out, and then I just Supreme Verdict the board. Okay, Cavalier of Dawn's going to be coming up here real quick. Because I don't want that thing going ape. Let's go ahead and attack first. No. Yeah, this is going to be a board that gets blown sky high, I think. Yeah. Oh, I have a slip out the back. That is actually pretty good here. So... yeah, let's go ahead and slip him out the back. And blow the board up. He'll be safe from any removal they might have until my next turn. And Leyline Binding is going to come down and take out the Great Henge, because I'm getting kind of sick of its crap. No, I say. He had a mana tithe. Alright. Well, I guess I'm gaining 7. That's fine. Your Henge. Go away. Oh. Really? Okay, well... I guess that's something. I have a 6/6 shark. Raffine's Tower, Obscura? That actually puts me up a life too. We'll go get white. Drop Mindstone. More sharks, I say. Let's do Shattered Sanctum Obscura. Black. Okay. You have a 4/4. Congratulations. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 7. I mean, he's dead. So I'm just gonna draw. The anthem is glorious. Bye-bye. This deck's so fun. It can win on so many angles. You can animate your stuff. You can just blow up, you know, and make a bunch of tokens of varying varieties and kill that way. It's just silly. Korvald. Oh boy. This could be an ugly game, though Farewell makes it kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and keep this. Do white on that, and then have that be my black for ZUR, because black's the minimum thing in this deck anyways. I got that too. It's always better to play the basics out so you get the domain for Leyline Binding. If you draw it, how available it is. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do white. I think I'm going to take out the Tireless Tracker. No need to let them get a bunch of clue tokens and whatnot. Vanishing Light, how fun. You go too. Yeah. Let's get Rebel Rousing up and running. Shark Typhoon, I like better. Now, the nice part is I have the ability to play ZUR next turn. Keep him, and then keep the mana open to animate the Rabble Rousing, just in case they decide to try to blow it up. Alright, there's Korvald. We're going to animate the Rebel Rousing while he's tapped out. Oh, hey, that's good to have. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and mortify him. Let's do Borrowed Time. Get some more things going, get some life back. Okay. Here's a fun trick. Let's quasi-duplicate. I like Glorious Anthem. And then let's take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Let's go ahead and animate that one too. And then I'm just going to swing with these 3 Yahoos. That'll give me the 10. Well, more than 10, because it gives me twice as many. Yes. I'll take a Glorious Anthem. And yes, I'll take a Sharp Typhoon. The cloners are just fun because once you start animating your enchantments, you just start copying them over and over and over again, and it just gets to be absolutely stupid. There's the hinge. Alright, guy. You just gonna sit here and keep eyeballing stuff, or what? Casualties. You. I don't have the mana to do it. Shoot. I wish I had it. Yeah, we'll go back to the command zone. Let's just take a quick look here. Okay, he casualties wars. He's got a 6/6. And I'm gonna have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 26 damage coming through. Yeah. He just blocked one of the 6/6s and 26 is still getting through. So, all right.